Ohio State gets a commitment, in a sense, the further south it is, the less binding it may be, and the more that they need to hang on to that till the closing bell.
I think Urban Meyer once said when he got to Ohio State, when a kid from Florida commits to you, that just means he's interested. And so you got to continue to work that. And especially for a guy that everybody wants and is the top receiver, arguably the top player in the 2024 class. And so I see the concern in the comments. Buckeye Huddle, Kevin Noon was down there, and Mark Givler were down there just this weekend talking to Jeremiah Smith. And it happened right after the commitment to the Raiola commitment to Georgia, when all of this stuff was starting to blow up, and Jeremiah Smith made some comment on social media, and Dylan Raiola is talking about, who he's going to go bring. I don't think Dylan Raiola has ever been a very good recruiter in terms of being a draw for other players. Of course, it would help if you're actually out of school for longer than a few months to be able to do that. So maybe he'll get that started with Georgia now. But what Jeremiah Smith told our guys and told Kevin, and I can just read it to you. The comment was, Ohio State, you all don't have any concern right now. I am locked in until anything happens with any of the coaches like Coach Hartline or Coach Ryan Day, but I doubt that happens. I am pretty much locked in. I am not going anywhere. And you can find that at BuckeyeHuddle.com. There's a full interview, full video of him talking about this stuff, talking about Ohio State. And another comment said, I want to be a first-round pick. That is really what I want to do. I feel like Coach Hartline is going to do that for me. And even before I saw that comment, before the interview, like earlier in the day, once this all started to blow up, I went and looked, and obviously I think we all remember the last Georgia first-round wide receiver, or the most prominent would be A.J. Green. That was, 2008? No. It was like 2011, something like that, because I think he was part of the 08 class. And the one before that was the other first-rounder from Georgia before that. Mark, would you care to guess?
First-round wide receiver before A.J. Green. I'm going to kick myself as soon as I hear the answer, but I won't let us just die with dead air. So hit
Lindsey
me.
Scott.
Oh, Lindsey Scott.
Back in 1982. So basically 2 first-round receivers in the past 40 years compared to what Ohio State has done. I think maybe like 10-1 in that time frame. So just interesting that, I was looking for that. And then shortly thereafter, Jeremiah Smith says, I want to be a first-round wide receiver. And so I think right now, Ohio State is always going to be concerned in terms of making sure he's happy and everybody is, connected and doing well. But right now, I mean, he's saying all of the right things and doing all of the right things. And so at this point, I would still expect him to be a Buckeye, because it's not like Ohio State doesn't have a quarterback in the 2024 class. They do. They have Aaron Noland, who just won the Elite 11 regional MVP down there in Atlanta while Kevin and Mark were down there. So over Jaden Davis, a Michigan commit.
Here it is. Hey, so interesting there. I know that I did see, and I don't know if this was Kevin's interview. I didn't hear the interviewer, but saw the video clip of the interview down there on one of the platforms. And then I saw it scattered around social media, not to any heavy degree. So I don't know if there was a trace of teasing by Jeremiah Smith. It seemed that he played it pretty straight based on what you said, but was there a little tease put out there?
Well, I mean, I did see him tweet that he's just messing around, relax, that sort of thing. So again, I think my number one piece of advice is to never go overboard on what a teenager tweets in any aspect, whether this is sports, politics, religion, math, whatever. Just realize that it's a teenager, and think back when you were a 16 or 17-year-old. How seriously would you take yourself now? A couple of weeks ago, I was talking to Mylan Graham, and I see Devo Ray asking about Mylan Graham, and this is in Obetz in South Columbus. And Mylan Graham, I asked him, are you going to be taking any more visits? And he said, no, I'm not taking any more visits. And then like the next weekend he was on a visit to another school with his team. So like, you know, I don't think Jeremiah Smith is going anywhere, but that doesn't mean visits aren't going to happen because again, a lot of these guys travel in packs, you know, with be it school, be it their 7-on-7 team, be it, you know, whatever. They'll just, you know, why not? I'm just going to go along for the ride, hang out with my friends, go see a school, and then we make a lot out of that. And sometimes it's right, and sometimes it's wrong.
And we have to understand that certain aspects of life are pretty similar for each one of us, but then we are individuals. So yes, one individual going to other schools while he's committed to another school could be a dangerous thing in regards to a commitment. Of course, he could be wowed by the latest flashy thing in front of him, but others not. I can't answer that question for each individual. It's just a thing that goes from case to case. So